you're angry. It's okay.
I'm not angry. Except when you keep repeating, you're angry. And that shit's fucking annoying. Like a fucking gnat at a barbecue. Just bugging the fuck out of me.
Good. I want you to say, I'm angry. It's okay. I'll process my anger. I love myself. Woozah.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking.
And boom, episode 51. And I had to do a little quick view to the right to make sure I was recording because it has happened sometimes. I did the intro, I wasn't recording. So, anyway, episode 51. And we're going to pick up where we left off. I'm glad I'm not going to be, another, I'm on 1 week, off 2 weeks, on a week, and then off a month. So, yeah, I'm keeping it consistent. I said this 1 million times, but I am. Okay, so we're going to pick up where we left off from last time. Last time I said I wanted to talk about TRT. I said I want to talk about the Insidious review. I just don't know what I want to talk about first. But I guess I'll go because I think the Insidious review is going to lead me on to other shit. So I guess I'll start with the whole TRT thing. I'll start with that because why it kind of piqued my interest is because I have, friends. You can't be named. A lot of people, I'm starting to notice, and this is actually going to tie into a lot of things for this episode because there's something I'm going to talk about later on, and it's about friends who don't, really like their shit out there, even their names out there. So I don't do that to them, But I know some friends who got on it and they're like having these drastic fucking changes. But my thing was like, did they need it? Certain people need TRT. If you guys don't know what TRT is, like testosterone replacement therapy. So what that does is, I'm a 37-year-old man. Let's say I want 19-year-old man fucking testosterone. They give you that, right? But I heard it's beneficial if you do it correctly. And doing it correctly means it's like, if you have the testosterone you're supposed to have at this age. And like I said, I ain't no fucking doctor. Don't think, I've just heard this from people a little bit smarter than me. I mean, they could be stupid and they could just be lying to me. And I'm just like, oh yeah, you're right. So, so I've seen certain friends I have, they're on it. And their fucking body and everything just drastically changed, like for the better. So, it kind of, I'm not gonna lie, it kind of got in my head. I'm like, man, should I try this shit? But I go to the doctor, all the doctors, once a year. I actually use the fucking medical insurance, right? Um, and the last time I went, which was like recent, I had them check everything. I always do blood work. I want to know everything. I want to know cholesterol levels, every fucking level. I want to know. And so I said, let me do the complete blood work. So I did everything, and I was like, how is everything? I'm just curious. All good. I'm like, am I all good with everything? Everything's good? I remember asking over and over because, when they print you the results, it's kind of still unclear. You're like, I don't read fucking doctor. You know what I'm saying? Like some of the stuff I was reading, I'm like, well, I got to research this. I don't even know what this means. I don't know if this number's good or not. And like, I just always question things. So, all my levels were good, all my shit is good. Even my blood pressure's good. It's the same thing they always said. You're healthy, but you're fat. So I'm like, great. Hopefully I can change that soon. But yeah, so if you don't need it, like I want to know if you don't I don't need it, what happens if I take it? You know what I'm saying? Does my body get dependent on it? I don't know. And I don't like, I spoke about this earlier. I'm the type of guy when I take something, like I shit on pre-workout, and I don't really like, I'm not shitting on it like, you know, people shouldn't take it. It's just every time I take a pre-workout, I always get these side effects. And I said this before, but everything that's supposed to like benefit you, like, because I see fitness influencers take pre-workout, and there's ones that I follow that I love their nutrition. I love their workout plans. I mean, they're really smart. They know what the fuck they're talking about, and a lot of their things I use now that I'm starting to see a difference on me. So, you know, I see them use it, and I'm just like, I wish I could. Every time I take it, every side effect on there, you could read a side effects on pre workout. I get all those, and I get none of the benefits. So if I got some of the benefits and not the side effects, I would use it. But so far, I've taken so much that I'm like, so much different brands. I just like I lost hope. I'm like, all right, there ain't nothing out there for me anyway. But TRT, that also has side effects, and see, I'm scared because I'm the type of person to get all the side effects. So I'm like, what if I get all the fucking side effects and not the benefits? Like my other friends are getting, like they've went from like soft, you know, beer belly, flabby to like some chiseled motherfuckers. So and it's because of that. So I'm like, do I try it? Do I not try it? I'm in that like zone, how much does this shit cost? I haven't researched it, but I'm just like, I'm in that, middle range. I mean, do I need it? Do I not need it? Uh, so yeah, I don't, and I'm curious to see what, other fellas are doing right now. Cause, some people don't like to admit the shit. Some people like to keep shit secret. I am the type, everyone is gonna know if I do anything. If I do any surgery, any type of thing, I put my shit out there, and I would never say anything like, let's say if I get like a weight loss surgery, I would let everybody know I got a weight loss surgery. I wouldn't come on here fucking 100 pounds lighter and be like, because diet and exercise and fucking blood, blood, respect, and sweat, or whatever the fuck The Rock says, I look like this. I'm not that type of person. I would say, yeah, I got the surgery. That's why I look like this. But and people know this, I got the vasectomy. I say it on here, but I say it in front of everybody. I think last podcast I told you guys I was traveling to Pittsburgh. In Pittsburgh, we were having a meeting with some top board members, and I brought that shit up at dinner. It was a great conversation piece. I just brought that shit up at dinner, and then every time there was like some type of white sauce that came out, they were like, Raphael, that's you. And and we were all jokes. It's all jokes, baby. It's all lighthearted. That's what we do. But yeah, I don't keep secrets like that. Like, so if your boy ever gets anything done, trust me, the world will know. But yeah, I'm curious to know about that. Should I try it? Should I not try it? But I need to do more research. I don't think I need it, but like, damn, I'm starting to see these other guys take it, and I'm just like, maybe, maybe not. I don't know. So that's my whole spiel on that. You guys let me know. Should I try to dabble in it? I'm like, hey, can you give me like a little bit, see what happens? I don't know. I'm on the fence with that. But like I said, if I decide to do anything, you guys will know first. And moving on from this subject. All right. I just thought it was interesting because, we were talking about the whole Liver King thing, and then I found out on TikTok, like The Rock, he does like TRT, and there was like people who were like behind the scenes that know he takes stuff, and then they were talking about how he had I always forget the word for man boobs. It's like Guile Kamlaski, Guile from Street Fighter, but it's a word with a G. Anyway, he had that, and he had surgery on that. And I was like, holy shit, I never knew that. And then they explained like during it's on TikTok, it's on Reels. I mean, if just speak about it, and then your phone will pick it up, and you'll see the videos on it. But yeah, and a lot of wrestlers called him out on it. Like, yeah, he got surgery on this, and during his wrestling areas, that's when he was like wearing the shirts and shit, so you guys can see, the areas where he got done. So I was like, that's kind of interesting. But yeah, I'm like the Liver King. If you think the Liver King was all natural and he just ate balls and testicles and got like that, then you don't know anything about fitness or the body, or just like The Rock. I would say the same thing about The Rock. Like, he's not saying he's all natural, but if you think that man is all natural, you do not know anything about working out the body or anything. It's just, if you believe that man is all natural, yeah, you gotta do some more research. But anyway, that's why I wanted to talk about TRT. But anyway, like I said, let's move on. So, Insidious review. Okay. Insidious review. I saw this in the movies because I wanted all the effects and all that crazy shit. Um, with the Insidious series, I really liked the first one, and then like I'm not saying the others were bad. I'm just like the others were, But to me, the first one, I really liked the first one. It was like it kind of had you think in different ways, especially like when you go to sleep and you see yourself. Because I used to have a dream before that movie came out, and even after that movie came out, where I am floating above myself, watching myself sleep. And if you saw Insidious, the whole thing is there's certain people who are like um what's- astral project out of their bodies. So it was like one of those things like, is that real? It had me thinking, and then I just liked it. I really liked it. So, I kept up with the series, but there, like I said, there's nothing, you know, I say it was all middle. And then so I wanted to see this. I felt like this was gonna be the last one. Spoiler alert, might not even be the last one. But anyway, uh so I was watching it, I had high hopes for it, and like I said in the last podcast, it was meh. It was like, okay. It's like the same thing over. They should have explained more about, there's this guy from part one. He looked like fucking Darth Maul. He had the red and black face. And I thought they would explain more about that guy. Like he has a obvious obsession with the son and the father. So I'm like, maybe there's like a tie-in. Maybe he has a storyline or some shit. No, you barely see him, just like you barely saw him in part one. And it's just like so much they could have did. And I was just like, And here's the thing, I'm having issues with scary. All right, before I go on, all right, let me see if I can remember where I left off. Before it's been a while since I saw a scary movie in the theater. I've been watching other movies in the theater, even like Marvel movies when you get these geeks in there and they're just talking about, oh, it's not, comically correct. Anyway, like they tend to shut up real quick because they want to know what's going on, right? So it's not that much chatter during scary movies, right? So it was me and my family and my brother-in-law and his family. We almost took up a whole row, right? So there was one seat that was left on the left side by my brother-in-law, and nobody took it. And then I sat by strangers because I wouldn't want to put anybody else by strangers. I don't mind being by strangers, so I was like, I sat by the two strangers, right? They could not fucking stop talking at all. I mean, it was just like, can you shut the fuck up? And I kept turning like to the right slowly. If you guys watching, I was just like, and he would just say so much like, when like a scary part is gonna happen in these movies, like you kind of know when to expect something, and you just heard this guy. It was a couple, guy and girl, and there was a, oh, here it go. You know what's gonna happen. The guy was at the window and this, and he wouldn't shut the fuck up. And then the girl would go on. She'd be like, no, I think he's gonna come up from the ground, and then he's gonna go like this, and then he might run into a knife. And I'm like, what the fuck? Can you guys shut up? And then in front of me, like it was like two rows ahead of us, just all those people in that row, and it was different age ranges. You would think like the couple by me, they were like probably in their 40s, like mid 40s, and then there was like like I would say like 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds in the middle. Everybody's talking. I'm like, what is happening right now? It's just different groups of people talking, not like they were all family, talking. There's just random people just kept talking like, oh yeah, yeah. I don't know. Don't go upstairs. I have a bad feeling. And I'm like, would you shut the fuck up? I'm like, okay. Now I know why people don't go to watch scary movies in theaters. Not because the scary movies, because people can't shut the fuck up. I don't know. I thought that was terrible. It was terrible. But anyway, on to the scary movies. Let's say I see if I can pick up where I left off. So, let's see. Oh, I thought I had it. Oh, I thought I had it. Where was I? Cheese. Fuck, guys. Fuck. Bad at recall. Anyway, my whole point is scary movies. Oh, here it is. Here it is. They're more. they're not disturbing anymore. You know what I mean? It's the scary part are the sounds. And I don't think that defines a scary movie. Because, for example, there was a movie I saw with my friends called Prince of Persia. That was not a scary movie at fucking all. It was a terrible movie. It had Jake Gyllenhaal, and I love that guy. That movie sucked, right? There was a part in the sand, right? So he's walking in the sand, it's all quiet, and boom! There was something fucking happens. I was in my seat. My two friends are on the left and right. I'm in the middle, right? That part happens in the sand. I'm like, holy shit! I got scared, like it was a scary movie, but it was really the sound. Cause it went from so fucking quiet to like boom. Like it just bursted your ears. So I was like, I was scared of that. What happened in the movie wasn't scary at all. But that's what these scary movies are at. It was just the bursting of sound. And I'm like, that's not really scary. I mean, of course it's like jump because it's like you're not expecting that shit. But it's not scary. Like I was thinking of a movie like when I was a kid called Poltergeist. And that shit was scary. Like, you know, it's a good scary movie when you're fucking disturbed. Like, when you're like, oh, I'm gonna have a hard time sleeping tonight. You know what I'm saying? When you're going in the, you're doing shit in the dark, you're kind of like, I'm gonna have all the lights on tonight. And I'm gonna have a night light. Fuck, I don't wanna go in my closet. Oh, man, I really don't wanna look under my bed. That when a movie does that to you, like, oh shit, I don't wanna go outside and throw out the garbage. That's a scary movie to me. And like movies back in the day, like I haven't seen Poltergeist now. I'm pretty sure if I see Poltergeist now, I'm gonna be like, damn, I was scared of this. Because that happened to me with the original It. The original It, I was scared of the fucking clown. But I watched the original It before like all this new It series came out. And I'm like, yo, I was scared of this shit. This shit is hilarious. But yeah, I'm pretty sure if I go back and watch Poltergeist now, I won't be scared. But yeah, there were certain things in Poltergeist where it terrified me as a kid. Like, what the fuck was it? I mean, I was scared to do goddamn everything. I was scared to go to after watching Poltergeist, I was scared to be in the dark. I was scared to have a TV on at night. I was scared of fucking little old women who there was a little old woman in there. She was like, Carrie Ann. She's like the sidekick. Step into the light, Carrie Ann. She was annoying as shit, but I was scared of her voice. Then I was scared of goddamn I was scared of like Quaker Oats. If you guys, I'm scared of oatmeal. If you guys remember Poltergeist, and I'm gonna put a picture. You guys should see this. If you guys don't know Poltergeist, or if you're just listening to me, Google Poltergeist 3. Just look at the image of the guy on the cover. He looks like the Quaker Oats guy on the fucking oatmeal. So I'm scared to eat oatmeal. That's how disturbing it was. That shit blew my mind. Like when I saw that guy, and I was like, and I looked at the Quaker Oats box, I'm like, yo, this is the guy from the fucking Poltergeist. And if you watch the Poltergeist, he's creepy as hell. So imagine looking at the Quaker Oats oatmeal, thinking about that guy while you're having oatmeal for breakfast. Yeah. So it was like, that's how you knew the movie fucked me up. Like, I can't eat goddamn oatmeal because I'm terrified. But those were good scary movies. I'm trying to think of more, but it's just my memory sucks. I mean, I'm probably as soon as I end this and like I start editing it, I'm like, oh, I should have said this scary movie and this scary movie back in the day. But yeah, it's just not the same anymore. It's more like I'm not disturbed by these scary movies. Like I said, I'll have some jump scares, but that's mainly because sound, not because I'm actually scared of the movie. It's just like, okay, she went in the closet and it was quiet as hell, and then there was this burst of sound, and I'm like, I wasn't expecting that shit. So yeah, I'm like, ah. But yeah. Anyways, so Insidious review, like I said, it's scary movies aren't the same like they were. So I was expecting, I wanted to be scared at least. I really wanted to be scared. Like I love scary things. That's why on my streaming channel, I'm streaming scary video games, and I'm actually gonna do more. I gotta fuck with going live. I gotta force myself to do live. That's one of my things. Anyway, but yeah, I'm gonna do more so you get live feedback instead of edited feedback. So, but yeah, so Insidious, like I'll give it a 5. It was like in the middle. It was like, whatever. Could have it, I could not. But let me see what else I have on here. What are we doing on time? We're almost at 20 minutes. Oh, so this ties into everything. Ooh. Okay. So a friend of mine, and this is what I said, like friends who don't want to be named. And there's a friend of mine. I didn't, I didn't even ask him if he wants me to name. All right, so I have a long time friend from back to grammar school. You know, I call him my brother. So we're just gonna call him because I don't want to put names out there. You know, some people don't like that shit, and I haven't asked permission. You know what I'm saying? So I call him my brother, and then when people meet him and they see he's a black dude, they're like, uh, uh, what? Wait, what? Everybody gets confused and like, basically grew up together for a long. We've been together, friends for a long fucking time. So yeah, I consider him like family, like a brother. So, you know, and all my friends do this. Thank God you guys send me shit on Instagram. Like you guys would send me like videos like these memes and things actors are saying and stuff because like I said, I'm not on Instagram. The only platform I'm on right now is TikTok. So you guys will send me those things. So thanks for that. So he sent me one, right? And I was like, oh, this is like great to bring up on the podcast because I was just like, when I saw it, I'm like, what? So, and this could be old. Sometimes this shit is old and it just resurfaces. But he sent me a video. And let me see if I can play the video so the audio listeners can at least hear it, right? And basically what it is, I'm going to try to play it. And if you guys can't hear it, then you guys can't hear it. But it's basically the singer Tyrese saying that he is like Will Smith and Denzel combined. He is that kind of actor. And when he sent me that, I was immediately laughing. He even laughed before he sent it. It was one of those things where he laughed, he sent it, and then I was cracking the fuck up. I'm like, was this guy high or was this a joke? Like, it's a cut off video, so if it was a joke, it was a great joke because if this guy really believes he has that range of acting, then he's like severely mistaken. But so you can hear him for the audio people. The combination between Denzel and Will Smith. And some way, somehow, I was able to accomplish that. I wanted to become the combination. He wanted to become the combination of Denzel and Will Smith. And he said he accomplished that. And like I said, I bursted out laughing because I was like, oh, this got to be a joke. Or he has to be high or something, drunk. He can't be serious. So if this was a serious video, here's my thing. Now, the only thing I know Tyrese to be in was Baby Boy. And I told my friend this. I was like, I've seen Baby Boy 3 times. It was one of those things, I didn't put it on like, I got to watch Baby Boy. No, it was like I'm flipping through channels and it's on. And I just like, okay, what is this movie about again? So I told him, I was like, the amount of times I've seen Baby Boy, I cannot tell you what the fucking movie's about. I have no idea what that movie's about. Honestly, the only thing I remember about Baby Boy are the sex scenes. One with Ving Rhames because he's hopping across the room and that shit made me laugh. And then with him and what's that old girl? What's her name? I don't know. Starts with a T. I get her name. I butcher her name. Even if I knew her name, I would butcher it. Anyway, that's the only thing I remember in that movie. I can't tell you what that movie's about. I don't even know what it's about, honestly. So I seen that. He was awful in it. Even he had a sex scene in there, and that thing was awful. I'm like, oh, you couldn't even do that right. And then there was all the Fast and the Furious movies. I said and I told my friend this. I was like, if you combine all the Fast and the Furious, he probably has like 100 lines, and there's like 20 Fast and Furious movies. You know what I mean? He doesn't have like long dialect. It's like, haha, and something trying to be funny, and then that's it. Or like he'll say, what's the guy? I don't even know their names anymore. That's how I was trying to say the ludicrous character. Like he likes to make fun of the ludicrous character, but I don't even know his name. I don't even know their fucking names in there. All I know is Dom Toretto. That's it. But anyway. So yeah, I was like, if he is serious Those are the movies that I know him in. I don't know him in any other movie. And then my friend came back. He was in Morbius, and I was like, rest my case. Rest my case. Because you guys, if you see Morbius, you know that movie was god awful. So, you got Baby Boy, you got Morbius, and he started in the decline of the Fast and the Furious movies. So my thing is like, where the fuck do you think you have range? You can't. Denzel and Will Smith, like, if they say like a top 10, Denzel has at least 2 or 3 movies that he's in my top 10. Because I always said, to me, when somebody goes the best actor, I always say Denzel. Because I think even his movie Man on Fire is either in my top 3. It's probably in my top 3. Man on Fire, I loved him in that. Talk about range. He was like a drunk. You know, his military thing, his fucking Spanish. Let me tell you this. Denzel Spanish is better than Spanish people Spanish sometimes. His Spanish is way better than mine. I'm not saying I have good Spanish, but I know people with good Spanish. And the way Denzel says this shit, I'm just like, this guy is phenomenal. To me, I always thought he was phenomenal. In Training Day, people just like started liking him in Training Day or something because I guess he was the bad guy. But I liked him in other things prior to that. I'm just like, I like the way this guy acts. I really do. So, and then Will Smith, I don't fuck with Will Smith that much anymore ever since he did that thing. But we'll go back to that. Um, but yeah, Will Smith, Pursuit of Happiness. I thought he killed it. But there was a lot of other Will Smith. Bad Boys, that's probably number one in my top 3. The Bad Boys series, but mainly Bad Boys 1. And he had some funny Mike Lowry. I like some of his shit. Um, and part 2. So yeah, I like a lot of Will Smith movies. I like a lot of Denzel movies. So to like him to even fucking compare is not like, dude. I hope it's a joke. If it was a joke, yeah, that's funny. But yeah, with Will Smith, this kind of ties into something else. But I got 4 minutes left, so I'm gonna speed through this. But with Will Smith, ever since he smacked Chris Rock, I haven't been fucking with him the same. Like I see him completely different now. I know everybody's entitled to mistakes, but like he should know better. With the whole it's comedy. The best way he could have handled that shit is pulled him backstage. Like I didn't appreciate what you said to my wife. I need handle that shit backstage. But anyway, I thought that would have been better for him. But yeah, ever since that, I like see him different, and I feel like people were like, "That's the real him" or some shit. Like I don't know. I do kind of see him different now. So I haven't been really seeing anything of him. I know he had some movie out, but I haven't really been seeing anything with him in it or like following him as much. Because comedy is comedy, guys. You got to understand that shit. And I was gonna talk about comedy specials. That's why it's like, he should have known better. Because I saw I could do a quick one, and the next one we carry on. Make it a continuous thing. I saw the Kevin Hart one. Didn't see it all. I saw it like more than half. I'm just like, I never thought he was that funny like other comedians. But he does have a lot of like one-liners that I like. But he does have one with Will Smith that made me laugh on that new comedy special. He makes fun of Will Smith and he makes fun of him for like I would say like 30 seconds, but it was funny, you know. But besides that, it was just like he's kind of I don't know. I think comedy specials too they're not the same anymore. They're not as raw. They're not as it's just you got to really watch what the fuck you say now. And he even prefaced the comedy special saying that he was like, I'm gonna say a lot of things. He's like, don't get uptight, unclench your butt cheeks. I think that's what he said. But yeah, it's just like you got to watch what you say. And when you have to watch what you have to say, it's not as funny because back in the day, you could just say whatever the fuck was, over the top, and people still got it because it was in a comedy scene. They're supposed to be crazy and then out there. They're supposed to say the most outrageous shit, to throw us off and be like, oh, holy shit. So yeah, we could talk about that next time because there's a lot of comics that I follow. Like I'm starting like their new specials aren't as great as their, their previous specials, because every year it's getting more and more sensitive where you have to watch what you're saying. So it's like, yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. I got some other I got paragraphs on that fucking phone about topics. And I want to say, what was one of them? I got to talk about this damn house and all the shit that's happening at the house that the fixing up is because I kind of got pissed about it yesterday, but we will talk about that in the next episode. So for now, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Later.
Oh, don't be angry.
I'm not angry. I think it's funny.